So today I'm going to show you what I eat here at Whole Foods. So we're going to do a whole entire food grocery haul, okay? Especially if you want to get jacked with plants, all right? So this is by far the most important part of the store that you want to get your foods first, and it's also the healthiest, which is the produce section. So let me show you some of the fruits and vegetables I actually get to help me stay healthy and also be able to get jacked. All right, so the first food is going to be some garlic, okay? Now, I don't personally like getting regular garlic, like with the skin on it. I like to get it peeled, all right? And the reason I like doing that is just because it speeds up with cooking time. For myself, I'm very busy. Also, I have a lot of clients who's also busy as well. So I always try to find like small little shortcuts that's going to make cooking a lot faster. A lot of my meals usually take somewhere between 5 to 15 minutes to make. Also with garlic, it's a really good source of food because it does help with a lot of immunity, all right? So it helps boost up your immune system, helps clear out the lungs as well if you got that smoker's cough. So this is, and it also makes any type of food dish, especially stir fries, super delicious. So this is why I like getting this. All right, now we're going to pick up some fruits. So right now we got some organic oranges on sale for $6.89. So I'm going to go ahead and get this big bag of orange. Now, you should already know that oranges are very high in vitamin C. It helps with inflammation, which is really good. Not just boosts up your immune system so you don't get sick. It helps with inflammation. That means that after you finish working out, your body's inflamed. You got a lot of pain and aches going through your body. So if you want that to reduce, definitely get a food source that's very high in vitamin C, like some oranges. Now with this, I'll see if you've been following me for a while. I've been doing a lot of juicing, right? I've been incorporating juicing into my diet and making a whole bunch of crazy different types of juice. So we're going to go ahead and pick up some ingredients so we can make a new recipe. Some carrots, all right? Great source of beta carotene, good for your eyesight, all right? I like picking up some non-GMO or organic. I usually get the big bag. When you're juicing, you need tons of fruits and vegetables just to get so little bit of juice, okay? So this is one of the things I like to get. All right, so we're going to get some baby spinach, all right? Great source of vitamin A. It's one of my biggest secrets when it comes to having clear skin. Now, on the internet, there's a lot of people that's like trying to demonize fruits and vegetables, especially spinach, because of the oxalates. But I always say people are looking at the wrong issues and asking the wrong questions. I always say, ask this, if spinach was so bad, number one, why did they make a whole cartoon about Popeye, man? Also, to be real about it, be truthful, how many people actually had kidney stones by eating too much spinach? You're going to see it's not a lot of people out there that's doing that. But if you're still scared of just pure literature, then one thing you want to do is definitely look up how can you break down oxalates. And you'll realize that anything that has oxalates or anti-nutrients, right, is all broken down once you start cooking it, okay? So for oxalates to actually play a significant role where you're getting kidney stones, like you have to eat so much, like I mean so much, every single day, every single meal for that to happen. So don't be scared to eat your plants. Listen to your mama, man. Eat your vegetables, all right? And then we're also going to get some white button mushrooms. Great source of B vitamins, also D vitamins, all right? So I like definitely picking up some of this as well. And it's good for the brain as well. I don't know which one to pick. If I should get some purple sweet potatoes, all right? And if you've been watching some of my reels, I've made some purple or black. Some people call it black. Some people call it purple sweet potatoes. I made a few recipes with this. Purple sweet potatoes are such a significant source when it comes to antioxidants, okay? So it's really gonna help you like age better, okay? But then we got the sweet potatoes. Now, the sweet potato is really good, just like carrots, great in antioxidants, also beta carotene. Anything that's orange is good in beta carotene, right? But the good thing about sweet potatoes is that it's also high in potassium, okay? So if you're trying to reduce like muscle twitches and cramps, definitely get your sweet potatoes in. It's such a hard choice because I've already have some sweet potato for meal prepping, but because we're in the fall season, I'm thinking about making some sweet potato pie. So I'm kind of like in the struggle, like, should I try the purple sweet potato or regular? And I think what I'm going to do is do the regular for now, and then make a sweet potato pie recipe, and then maybe come back next time on, because I'm going to be making like thousands of these videos, right? So like I want, and then make another one with a purple one. I think, and you know what, now just talking about it, I might just start off with the purple because it's something unique and different, okay? So let's start off with the purple. We're gonna go ahead and grab about, I think 3 or 4 would be good enough. And then whatever I have left over, I can just use that as meal prep and then use a few just for the pot. Now before I move on, don't get confused of the purple Japanese sweet potato versus a regular purple sweet potato. They're both the same color and sometimes they can get misconstrued, right? But the difference is that this one, if you cut it inside, just the regular, and just read the signs, okay? Well, the signs are messed up, okay? but the difference between the two is that the Japanese has a more smoother skin, and the regular purple ones have a more rougher skin, okay? Now, if you chop it inside, you're going to see it's actually purple. With this one, the Japanese one, when you chop it, it's actually white. Now, the purple gives it more of a nutty flavor from what some people would say. And then the Japanese is actually a lot sweeter naturally. So it's always good to try to play around with different ones. All right, look what we have for sale today. We got some thin slice Dave's Killer bread. It's by far my favorite. Now, the reason I like Dave's Killer bread is because it's super healthy. If we look in the back, all organic ingredients, all natural ingredients, okay? And I usually like getting the thin slice because it's lower in calories, and I'm someone who likes to eat. So I always focus on low calorie foods so I can eat a lot more, okay? And with this, there is bread that's a little bit better than the Dave's, and it's going to be the Ezekiel. But the problem with Ezekiel is that the bread's not soft. It has more of a harder taste or a drier taste, if that makes sense. While this one has more of a, it's just soft, okay? So it's like regular bread, okay? Not as soft as just regular ass white bread, but definitely it's good enough and gets the job done. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a loaf of bread. All right, so this is basically going to be for more of like a meal prep video that I'm going to make later today. But what I'm going to get is the organic forbidden rice, or AKA black rice. Now, when it comes to rice, I always say definitely try to get it organic as possible, okay? But because that's because when it comes to rice, it does have a lot of arsenic, and it's one of those foods that can absorb a lot of like pesticides and pollutions and stuff like that, okay? So that's why I usually, with my rice, I usually try to get organic and non-GMO. as much as possible. And the good thing is I always try to look for sales. So right now they are doing a sale. Right now it's $4.99 today. So, and this is one of my favorite brands. It's going to be this one by Lotus Foods, and then another one that I like as well, because these two usually goes on sale. They always combat each other. But I also like the Jazzberry one as well. All right, so when it comes to my peanut butters, I usually like getting the grinded peanut butter, okay? The point of grinded peanut butter is that first you see how it is. It's at its natural source, just peanuts, right? When you get it in the jar sometimes, what happens is that sometimes they add extra sugar, extra sodium, even extra oils, versus when you get grinded peanut butter, the peanut is a natural fat, so you don't really need any extra oil. You don't need any extra anything, you know? So this is why I actually like just getting it like this. So I think it applies a little bit of heat, I think, because it feels a little warm. This is how it looks naturally once you grind it up, okay? So a great way to get some natural peanut butter, and who doesn't love peanut butter? I love peanut butter, man. I want to grab some Owen Protein shakes. Now, the reason I'm getting this is really, I'm hungry now. So we're just going to go ahead and open one up and have it. And I'm getting the packet because just one bottle of this is $4.19. I get 4 for 10. So might as well get it, save some money. But this is great when you're on the go. I highly recommend this to a lot of my clients when they travel a lot, especially if they're doctors. A lot of doctors and physicians are always in and out of their office, and it's hard to get meals in. So I definitely tell them, like, if you're trying to prioritize protein, get something that's pre-made, because when you get like a regular protein powder and just keep that at your desk, what do you have to do? You have to open up the bottle, you have to take the scoop, your hand gets dirty, right? Then you have to find a shaker, put it in the cup, add water, shake it, clean up the mess. You kind of catch my drift. There's a lot of actions to just make a protein shake. And if we kind of think about it, it's not that hard, but it does require a lot of actions. Those small actions can actually make it very difficult, because you're like thinking to yourself like, oh man, like I have to make this stuff, I don't want to get dirty, whatever, right? Versus this, just grab it, shake, twist, and pound it down. And the good thing about this as well, that like, it's not just low in calories, but it's also high in dietary fiber. You get about 3 grams of dietary fiber, 32 grams of protein, so you're going to feel pretty satiated throughout the day. And I'm going to pound 2 of these because I'm just hungry. I'm really hungry, and I don't want to, you know, go to the bakery section and just buy a cupcake or something. Next is going to be some snacks that I like. So one of my snacks is going to be like soda. Okay, so my favorite is the Zevia. I do a lot of carb cycling, right? So when there's days that I'm trying to diet just for a few days, then and I'm having those cravings, then I usually like gravitate to the sodas, and I get the Zevia. I usually get the one that's caffeinated free, because obviously if I'm having those cravings, I'm drinking them at night. So I'd rather have something like this, because the bubbles or the gas or the carbonation, whatever you want to call it, helps you stay a little bit more full throughout the night. So since it's on sale 2 for 10, might as well take advantage of it, because the regular price is $7.99. So I'm going to go ahead and get the root beer, and then, well, this is the creamy root beer, and I guess the grape soda, man. You have to get that grape soda. All right. So if we look at the ingredients, it's only carbonated water, the natural flavors, citric acid, and stevia leaf extract. So it's really good, pretty healthy, especially if you're comparing it to competitors, okay? And then here, I like picking up a few energy drinks, just because sometimes I don't like drinking coffee. It's usually like a midday pick-me-up, right? So if I'm not drinking coffee or a light tea, then I usually like getting the yerba mate Guru energy drink, because the yerba mate is a tea, so it's a lot healthier. It has about 140 milligrams of natural caffeine, which is pretty strong. It's like a really good pick-me-up. And then there's zero sucralose and aspartame, all right, or that's how you say it? Yeah, aspartame. And it's only 25 calories. So since this on, man, they have a lot of sales today. So I want to grab maybe about like 4 cans. Yeah, let's grab about 4 of the yerba mate. All right, so the next thing, which I really forgot to get, was some turmeric and then also some ginger. This goes great with any juice. Ginger definitely helps with more energy. And then the turmeric, again, helps with inflammation and pain. It's actually a natural painkiller all by itself. So definitely picking some of that up for the juice. All right, so what I'm looking for right now is pretty much the 365 Whole Foods version of their plant-based chicken. They only have the Daring, and Daring's really good. I'm a big fan of Daring. I'm just not a big fan of their price, okay? It's just right now they're selling it for $8.79 here in Whole Foods, which is pretty expensive for just about like, I would say about like 30, 40 grams of protein per bag. So it's just a little pricey. Now, Daring usually goes on sale from time to time, especially at other retailers like Target, Walmart, even sometimes at Whole Foods, but I just don't like buying it at the highest price. The Whole Foods is usually at their version, which is, I think it's about 50 to 60 grams of protein per bag. It's usually around like $3, $4, so half the price of Daring. So I'd rather invest my money into something a little bit cheaper, especially when it comes to protein. For some high protein, I'm going to get the Meaty, all right? This is made out of mushroom roots, and it's pretty good in macros, very high in protein. We could look about, I'm going to eat 2 of these anyways. It's about like 30 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, and also 16 grams of carbs, all right? So, and it has tons of micronutrients. Look at that. It's filled with micronutrients. So I like getting the classic cuts because it's better in calories. It's macro friendly. And then sometimes I also like to get a few of the crispy. It is a little bit higher in carbs, but it does taste pretty good as well as a good snack. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2 of those. Now, sometimes I usually do get this. I won't even say sometimes, most of the time I usually buy this, but I have enough at the house, so that's the only reason I'm not buying it. But this is a Wildwood organic high protein tofu. I'm a big fan of tofu. I've been consuming tofu for over 12 years. Never had any issues with my hormones or anything. So it's definitely a great source of protein. And sometimes I like getting the Abbott's as well. This is really good because the Abbott's is very high in protein as well, and it's soy and gluten free. And they use a lot of natural ingredients. And when I say natural, I know sometimes people like get on this, they start commenting like nothing natural means it's fake, but natural means natural. And what I mean when I say it, this is exactly what I mean. See, it's like made with onions, garlic, sage, and white pepper. 100% real food. See, like natural. Or maybe I should just start saying it's made out of real food. I think that might be a little bit better. But see, right here, it's top 9 allergen free, gluten, no gums, no soy, no canola oil, no artificial flavors, natural flavors, and then no methicillose, okay? So everything's there, and it's mostly made out of the pea protein. So it's a really good option. It's one of my favorite brands, but I like getting it, you know, on sale. It's one thing I do need to pick up, and it's going to be some organic soy milk. So you gotta have me twisted if you think that if I consume tofu, I do not consume soy milk. Remember, soy is only made out of edamame beans. That's it. It's a bean, all right? It's part of the legume family. So there's nothing in legumes, and it doesn't matter what type of legume it is, that's going to make any type of differences when it comes to your hormones. All of the legumes, all beans are healthy for you, have tons of benefits, tons of protein that's going to help you get jacked and build muscle. So the reason I like the soy milk, because it's fortified, okay? It's one of those fortified foods. It's 100%, I like getting the organic soy milk, obviously. But when you look at here, you're going to get a lot of your B vitamins also as well, like your B12, you get your B12 here. And then also you're going to get some calcium and some iron as well. So this is why I really like getting the organic soy milk. And if you see here, it's also very high in protein. You're getting about 7 grams of protein. So that's going to help you be able to get jacked, build that muscle. So this is why this is my favorite. Now, I've been craving overnight oats, all right? So my favorite is the Breaky. I really like them because the Breaky has like a more natural taste, okay? But right now it's only $2.99 each, and I'm gonna move over to the mush because right now it's on sale, 3 for $5. So I'm gonna get more bang out of my buck. I love mush as well because mush, this is like a little dessert. That's the difference between the two. Breaky is more natural, but the mush is more like an actual dessert. The only thing that Breaky has that's more like a dessert would be like the dark chocolate. That thing tastes straight up like pudding, all right? And then the apple cinnamon is also pretty good because it gives it more of a little bit like an apple pie taste. But all the mush ones, every single one tastes like a dessert, especially this one right here. They're dark chocolate, their peanut butter, and also their peanut butter chocolate. I mean, this one is by far my favorite. This one tastes like just straight candy, but it's so low in calories. Only 270 calories, you know, 11 grams of fat, 35 grams of carbs, and about 10 grams of protein, okay? So I usually like picking a few up, and I'll do a mixture, like because they all have different calories. So I try to get something that's a little bit more lower in calories, like the strawberry. It's only about like 200, so I save about 70 calories from that. And then I usually get the apple cinnamon and the blueberry. I really love those because they're just a little bit more, they're lower, and it's just like, I guess you could say more of a natural taste. And then maybe I might pick up like maybe one of these because like I said, this is just straight up like dessert, okay? All right, so when it comes to that sweet potato pie, you definitely have to get the graham cracker crust. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these, plain and simple. There's nothing else really to explain. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna get is gonna be the Vans waffles, all right? They're dairy and egg free. I believe they're vegan by default. Let me just read the ingredients real quick. Yeah, so they're vegan by default. So I like getting this one in particularly just because they are pretty high in protein. It's not even this one. You have to get the power grain, all right? The power grain. So we went from 2 grams of protein now up to 9 grams of protein. So and I usually get the Vans waffles from time to time. It's not something that I get like all the time or every time I shop. From time to time because what I eat mostly is either my broken burger bowl or tofu scramble for breakfast. I literally have that like almost every day. But then there's days that I just want to change it up and maybe add something better where it's more like a regular breakfast, you know what I'm saying? So this is when I usually go ahead and dive into like some waffles or some pancakes or things like that, and then I'll still make like mostly the tofu scramble, but I'll probably reduce the amount versus eating a large amount, just trying to get a lot of protein in. I'll reduce it and then be able to incorporate like a pancake or some waffles. But with the waffles, I usually like getting that frozen. Pancakes, I like to really just make that from scratch. I fall in love too easily. All right, so that's the food haul. Overall, I spent somewhere around 160 bucks, okay? I did pick up a few items that I didn't show on the video, but it wasn't groceries. It was just like some, you know, things you clean stuff with, right? Toothbrushes and stuff like that. But but overall, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more videos very similar like this, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the recipes. I also do a lot of shorts as well. Check them out and just stay tuned. And also hit that notification button as well, so you can stay tuned for more updates of new long form videos like these grocery hauls. Also as well, the shorts and the reels that I like to do. All right, peace.